Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Frankenstein's podcast, where it's all about the monster. We are a creature feature podcast about monsters and why we love them. I'm one of your hosts, Joe Praska, and with me
is your other, more favorite, awesomer host, Khalid Hussein. Woo! We're back, Joe.
We're back.
Hell yeah! We're so back. It feels amazing. It feels right. How do you feel?
Correct as well. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It feels good, man. I mean, I know that we've been talking like pretty consistently during this hiatus, but it just feels like we're really talking now. You know?
I know it's a different setup when you got like a microphone in your face.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we need to have microphones in our face more often, even if it's not for the podcast.
Agreed. You just carry one around.
Yeah. I also, now that as I'm saying it, I realize it's because like we almost never talk on the phone. Like I don't think we've never just been like phone call friends, you know, which I think that's applicable to like 90% of people our age now. But
yeah.
But
phone calls are weird. It's like our parents phone call us a lot.
Dude, yeah. Like, did your mom ever just like spend like hours on end on a phone?
Oh, with me?
No, just like with friends and stuff.
Oh.
My mom, like it was just like a marathon. Like she still does, and my sister kind of has started doing that, which is shocking to me. I think it's like a mom thing, especially like when they're just like at home for the day or something.
Yeah. I guess I can't really say, but I know that my mom will call me a lot randomly, and I'm like, this could be a text, you know.
that is a subset of that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. But anywho, wow, we're back. Yeah. As listeners, regular listeners know, we took a brief hiatus, couple months, right?
Yeah.
Not too long.
I lost track of it. I can't remember when we stopped down.
I want to say our last episode was the Halloween one with Joel H. Brewster.
Hey, shout out to Joel, the man,
West Coast Strange,
a Frankenstein,
Frankenstein.
So no growth on your part in that break, I see.
I was trying to say, I thought you'd said it wrong actually at first. So that's how bad it is.
I thought I said it wrong at first. That's how many times you've said it wrong. It's like polluting my brain.
Yeah. That was Halloween episode back in October. So it's been been a few months, been a bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so what have you been up to?
Not much. I had my second child. It's a little boy, nice little white boy. He's great.
Wow, me too.
Weird coincidence, right? No,
weird, right?
JK. I've been doing good. I got to come home to Minnesota a couple of times. I got to see you guys. The little slugger. I got to meet him. And yeah, other than that, still working, still doing my thing. Just decorating the guest room / office. I feel like it's like when you ask a single man in his 30s like what he's been up to, it's never like that zazzy or cool. And then like I'm gonna like, and now to you, Joe, the family man. What's new with you?
What a transition.
Yeah, I feel like it might make sense in order of like impressiveness that I went first, but I just feel like I had nothing to offer there.
Well, I mean, like, I could say, okay, yeah, we had our second child, a nice, little white child, like you say. But I mean, to be honest, like I'm doing some work, but like Nicole, friend and wife of the podcast, did much of the work in the birthing process. So kudos to her. But yeah, we have a little over 3-month-old now and a 3.5-year-old. So pretty interesting spread. And we have a tiny 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in Minneapolis. So we are feeling the walls closing in on us.
I will say I spent about a week and a half babysitting a 2.5-year-old and a 9-month-old, which pretty much the same as what you got going on in your home.
Kind of, yeah.
That week and a half was enough. I'm good. Like it was a good like it was like sampling parenthood, and that's all I want. If I can be completely honest, it was exhausting. I don't know how else to say it except that like toddlers are the perfect soldiers when it comes to psychological warfare. They're just so much more equipped to like wear you down with the things they do to upset you. And my nephew, for a fun example, every once in a while, for seemingly no reason at all, he'll just like run behind the TV and unplug it, and then with just like the biggest smile, run away with his hands up. So that's like that's the kind of shenanigans I was dealing with, you know. So,
he knows how to get you. He knows how to get. He's like a cat. He knows how to get you.
I'm not even watching anything I want to watch. It's usually just on PBS or something for him, and I'm still upset. Like he's a pro. But
yeah.
I say all that to say, congratulations to you on your new edition. I understand now how much work is going to go into it and has already gone into it. But
well, thank you, Khalid.
But you guys are up for it. You guys are rock stars.
Yeah. We're making it work so far.
Proud of you guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. But it's good to be back. We're hoping to come back to our regular schedule of having was it bi-weekly or bi-monthly? What's the phrase? Twice a month. How do you say that?
I think it's bi-monthly, but I mix
that up all the time.
I think bi-weekly could work. Like bi-weekly somehow can also mean twice in 1 week or 2 weeks.
What's 4 score mean?
4 score is I knew this. Isn't it like a score is like 10? Oh no, I'm thinking of a fortnight. A fortnight's like 2 weeks. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nope, don't know.
All right. Well, we'll never be gone for a score's worth. Like,
yeah,
I'll assure you that. I think
I'll refrain from saying we'll be back. Yeah,
I think a score is 10. So, like he was saying, like 47 years ago.
Okay, so it could be a score.
Yeah,
that will every score will come out with an episode.
Yeah, it's either 10 or 100. I don't know. I want to say it's 10 though.
Let's just go back to bi-monthly.
Yeah, we're biting off way more than we could chew here.
Yeah, twice a month. That's the plan. We're hoping to get some podcasts to you guys twice a month coming up here, and we're hoping to have some fun guests. We're lining up some right now. Some cool monsters to chat about, movies. I think in books again, comics, shows, all sorts of stuff. Probably heavy on the movies. Let's be honest, Khalid. We kind of lean into being a movie podcast a lot. We diversify a bit here, but we're very movie focused.
In our defense, like we love to do the let's do a book or whatever, but like other mediums are just kind of invariably a bigger time commitment than either of us can on a regular basis commit to. Versus a movie, we're both just like cinephiles by nature, so we're going to sit down and watch something. So that just fits way more seamlessly into our schedule. Yeah,
comic books work better. But I think we'll get a full book in there someday, a novel book.
You know what? I will rise to the occasion. We'll just have to plan it a little in advance, but we'll do it.
And we're good at planning.
One of us is.
Yeah. You know what I did, Khalid, to prep for this?
What?
I went back and I listened to our very first episode.
Oh my God. Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I was kind of curious. Like, cause I feel like, so that episode still gets a lot of like listen ticks, you know, like people listen to it. I'm like, I hope that they're getting a good impression still, but it's not terrible.
Is it not terrible? I'll take a not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's interesting. We both talk a lot slower. We talk so much slower. That's weird. I had no clue where to put sound effects or music. Like the music makes no sense where it's placed. So we're okay. I'm going to tell you right now, listeners, new and old, we are not one of those fancy podcasts that's like produced by somebody else. Like I do that. And Khalid, I was about to say you help. You don't really help with that. Sorry,
Joe. You're lifting the veil. You're letting people see too much of how this sausage gets made. What if somebody thought we were a fancy podcast?
We are not. Well, the proof though is that those fancy podcasts with the editor and all that, all of their older episodes, like whenever they get new music, it's like inserted into the older episodes. Like they just like make it fit like a uniform format. Like you go back and listen to episode 1, you see like we changed music. Shout out to Jim Hall, our music guy now. We changed music. We changed like podcast images. We changed all sorts of stuff. Also, shout out to Jim Tandberg, who gave us this new logo, which is dope, by the way.
Oh, that logo is sick. If you do yourself a favor and just admire it.
It is very nice. Put up on the wall. We're going to have to sell some like shirts with it, of course.
Too. Oh, I'm definitely going to get a poster of it.
Yeah. But anyway, like I'm saying, like with regards to your sausage, Khalid, like
Sure, bringing it back, staying grounded.
That came out well. With regards to the sausage, like you go back to episode 1, you see how the sausage was made.
Yeah. Crudely, haphazardly, even.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure even without listening to it that there's been a lot of growth. I think a big part of that is just we've gotten a lot more comfortable with talking to each other and making it seem like we're in the same room.
That's a great point. Yeah, we're definitely not. If new fans and new listeners, I am in Minneapolis and Khalid is in Los Angeles.
Yeah, City of Angels, Super Bowl champs. Yeah, that's crazy. A few things have happened since we last recorded.
Oh wow, yeah, true.
My town won the Super Bowl. We're on the brink of World War III. The Queen might be dead.
Yep, might be. Yeah, might be.
Oh man.
It's up for debate.
Yeah, it is weird that like they've like colonized our minds if you think about it. The fact that like I can just say the Queen and we all think of like one queen, like there's only one in the world.
Also in that very first episode that we made, you say something about the elephant in the room. For future listeners, we're currently in the beginning of a pandemic. And it's like, okay, that's still happening.
For future listeners that can think of the pandemic as a memory, a distant one, even. Yeah, I was real smug with that. Like
what is
the light was definitely not ahead of us in that tunnel that we're in. I'll tell you that. Like I was calling the shot way too early.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we all were.
Yeah. All good. We've adapted. COVID's like family now.
Oh yeah. But the kind of family that you hate, though, you know?
Oh, definitely. Like an uncle you only have to see once or twice a year.
Yeah, your racist uncle.
Yeah, I mean, I was dancing around it, but yes, the racist one.
Yeah. Anyway, Khalid, going from racist uncles and COVID, I got a question for you.
Hit me.
What monster tree prowls the wild forest?
See, just because of how awkward the wording is, I'm like 90% sure you made this joke up.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, well, what is it? I don't know.
A Frankenstein.
What? Okay, so Frankenstein, Frankenpine.
Yeah.
And so it's a tree, like a pine tree that's a monster? Is that the idea?
Yep.
This isn't even cringe like I'm mad at the fun wordplay. I'm just disappointed. I'm glad you didn't make it up because I have a lot of notes for that joke.
And we're back.
We're back, baby. Bad puns and all.
And on that note, what are we talking about today?
Oh, my friend, we are talking about the 1987 feature film directed by John McTiernan, Predator. That's right. We talking about that monster movie that is the granddaddy of monster movies. And I got our homeboy Google back. He missed us. He says hi, Joe.
Hi.
Our homeboy Google has a nice little synopsis for us, if I may. Goes a little something like this. Dutch, a soldier of fortune, is hired by the U.S. government to secretly rescue a group of politicians trapped in Guatemala. But when Dutch and his team, which includes weapons expert Blaine and CIA agent George, land in Central America, something is gravely wrong. After finding a string of dead bodies, the crew discovers they are being hunted by a brutal creature with superhuman strength and the ability to disappear into its surroundings. Boom.
What a monster.
They're creatures of the abstract that live off potential energy.
It's alive!
Awesome. Yeah. Predator, a.k.a. the film that features the greatest handshake in cinematic history.
Oh my God. So let's just jump into that. That's what everybody's here for. That handshake is awesome. It's amazing. I should just preface this by saying this is my first time ever watching this movie. Like Alien, it's just like one of those like huge cultural blind spots for me. But now I can't say that. I've seen it. And the biggest thing for me is I didn't realize how long that handshake goes for. I thought
It goes on.
I saw the GIF and I was like, oh, cool. It was just like a funny, goofy shot, and it must have just like kept going. And it was just like, yeah, that's the 80s. They did awesome stuff like that. No, that is like a minute to a minute and a half of just them holding hands and staring deeply into each other's eyes. It was a lot.
I mean, I've said it before, Khalid, but it's similar to how what happens when we meet.
True. People have repeatedly asked us to stop making eye contact for so long.
That's true.
No, I will say that this makes me want to do the Dutch and Dylan handshake next time we meet. I really want to. It's also, this is probably the first movie I've seen a lot of action movies with like muscle bound dudes and stuff like that, and this is the first one where I was just like, oh man, I kind of want like muscles like that.
I know, they're such on display, like more than I've seen before.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like that new age like MCU style body where it's just like, oh yeah, I just didn't eat anything other than a baked chicken for 10 months. You know, like it's not that kind of body. It's like this weird like pumping iron like bodybuilder body. And not just Arnold, but like all of them.
They're all bodybuilders, I think, or at least like we're doing bodybuilder regimens. Like I read that all of them like worked out hours prior to like shooting almost every day. And like, there's even like a weird story about how I think they would compete over who got to the gym first before shooting each day. And like, I think Jesse Ventura one day just like got there like a minute before Arnold did and splashed water all over his face to make it seem like he'd been working out for hours already.
I like that. Like I like that competition. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So handshake aside, Khalid, what'd you think of the movie?
Loved it. No notes. That was awesome. That was so fun. I knew it would be. Like at no point was I like, do I really want to watch this old movie? No, like everybody has appropriately gassed it up over the years. And I'm glad I saved it for this podcast. My first time just like laying eyes on it. I didn't know that's what I was doing, but in my heart of hearts, I knew I was saving it for something special, and this is it. I was just in awe of like all of it. I will say off the top, like this might be, in my opinion, Arnold Schwarzenegger's best acted movie. Like in the sense that like there's a world where like I could be like, oh yeah, Kurt Russell probably should have played Dutch. Like this is like a Kurt Russell role. But Schwarzenegger really finds like the pocket that makes it like work for him specifically. And at no point are you like, why is this giant Austrian man the leader of like this like clandestine American like army? You know what I mean?
It's like a mercenary group, right?
Yeah, but like it's very clear that they're all U.S. military. And then they're just led by the Austrian dude, and it's like, okay, I mean, I guess there's no rule against that, but it you know, it's that Arnie charm that like basically just let him like ride the wave from like the 80s to the 90s of like, at a certain point, everybody just stopped asking why is the Austrian guy here. You just buckled up and went along for the amazing ride that is a top tier Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and this is top tier.
Oh, absolutely, 100% agreed. This, I think this might. So I've seen this movie many times at this point. This is I think the first time I'd watched it in several years, though. I've watched it when I was a kid. Again, I probably shouldn't have watched it when I was a kid, but I don't know. It was impactful. It was it along with like Alien and Pumpkinhead and some of those other films were like a reason why I liked creature design and monster movies back when I was younger, and why that kind of developed into who I am today. But this is definitely one of those ones that was impactful. I think that in terms of Arnie movies, I probably had seen The Running Man prior to this. That might have been my first Arnold movie, weirdly. But this has got to be one of the first two otherwise. But you're absolutely right. It's really good. It's interesting for me to rewatch now though, because as a kid, I remember mostly the stuff after the predator starts hunting them. You know, I'd almost forgotten entirely like the whole like first act where they're like, you know, ambushing that village or that little like base and trying to rescue hostages but failing.
I think, and yeah, that's the thing is like I was kind of iffy when I was watching the movie. I mean, again, like I loved it the whole way through. It was awesome, but like I was kind of confused at like how much time we were spending not with the Predator at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But it really works in the sense that like the Predator is not the kind of monster that like you're going to get a lot of time to like hypothesize about. You're never going to get any kind of motivation from it specifically. So at that point, all you can do is like build up these like future victims of the Predator, like show that like this is a top tier squad. Like there isn't a weakling among them. So for this monster to like for sport hunt them and pick them off one by one, you're talking like that's how you set it up is you give them their moment to shine before they get gutted and shot to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's really well done in that regard. Like I just had forgotten how much time was spent on it, and I was going to wait to bring this up, but there's an article that I'd found, and I'd read this a while ago, but I brought it up again. It's I think the author is Eric Hansen, but the article is Why Predator is a Subversive Masterpiece, which is a lot. But the point of the article is that the movie is kind of an anti-action movie in a sense, where it's like you're like in that era, that 80s era, like you had like I don't know, Commando with Arnold. Also prior to this, you had movies like Rocky, Rambo, like these really like top tier, top notch military guys who are super muscly, who would just like defeat all odds to succeed. And you had a whole team full of those guys who've been like getting their own starring characters that would have had their own starring roles in other movies, and you are lulled into this almost false sense of security that they're just the best of the best. But then they're all just like you said, like systematically picked off and just, you know, like almost unceremoniously killed
for fun. That's the wild
thing. Yeah, for fun. Like there's no like greater motive. Like they're just hunted for sport. There's like a lot of elements where like the characters are like, oh, I'm gonna fight this guy, this alien, or I'm gonna, you know, do what I can. But the Predators, like none of them stood except for Arnold at the end, like even came close to standing a chance. And then interestingly, Arnold, the action hero, kind of switches roles towards the end into sort of like horror protagonist in a sense, like where he's like surviving and trying to outwit rather than like using just full on like fighting skills, you know?
Right, exactly. I loved it, and Arnold is definitely one of my favorite final girls now.
Absolutely, Arnold is the best final girl. Yeah, good. I like it.
He's such a good final girl. It was awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think for a lot of the same reasons that you said, like I love that this is basically a horror movie where like the killer is going after like expert killers, you know. There's a lot of the thing in its DNA, but it's even more bizarre and like highfalutin than that. You know what I mean? The thing, and by that I mean the creature in the movie, it has a goal. Like it's trying to like take over the planet, blah blah blah. And even its victims, they're tough and like rugged individuals, but they're only tough in that like they have to like survive their environment. None of them are like top tier soldiers. Even Kurt Russell's character is just a dude for lack of a better term. But
right.
But with this, like they really just go, no, like that's too tame for us. A monster that can look like anybody, that's too tame. What about a monster that's invisible when it wants to be, and it only goes after the most heavily armed, like machismo-oriented groups out there, and it like brutally flays them and makes a mockery of everything that like they've like spent their life trying to achieve. That I love it. I keep coming back to that. I love it. It was fun. It was so violent in a way that was like hilarious at times. I think at one point there's like a 2-minute sequence where like there's just like 3 or 4 one-liners that happen one at a time. Like it was when the first line is like he throws a knife and he's like stick around or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he
Stick around.
and then he busts the door open and shoots a bunch of dudes and says knock knock. And then Jesse Ventura, like a dude comes by and he's like, you're bleeding. He's like, I ain't got time to bleed. Like all of that happened within 2 minutes. Like that's insane. And that's a movie that knows what it is and it knows how to hit the buttons that will just let out all of the dopamine in your brain. It was so pleasurable.
Absolutely agreed. I just realized when you were talking about those people, like 2 of the actors in this movie are both our former governors.
Oh my god, I forgot. Okay, for some reason I never forgot Jesse Ventura was a governor. I guess because it was for our state, but I always forget Arnold Schwarzenegger is an ex-governor.
Yeah.
That's so of all the movie franchises out there, the one to spawn 2 state governors is Predator.
Predator.
That's awesome. Honestly, that's so cool. I told you about when I saw Schwarzenegger out here, right?
No.
Oh, it was like my first year out here when I was like still a PA, and we were on like a shoot in Venice, and I just like look outside and all of a sudden Arnold Schwarzenegger and like 6 Secret Service guys just bike past me down the Venice boardwalk. It was wild.
What a welcome, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was cool. I was like, heck yeah.
That was when he was governor?
No, this is long after he was governor.
Okay.
I haven't been here that long.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think you just get Secret Service forever, which I don't know how that works, but I'm assuming we're paying for it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Apparently, Sonny Landham, who was Billy, the Native American guy.
Yeah.
He also ran for governor. I want to say like someplace like Kentucky or something, but like a Republican.
Tried to. Oh no! Come on, dude. Come on.
Right. Well, technically Arnold was a Republican too, but
yeah,
not so much anymore.
You got to hit that holy trinity. He was a Republican. Ventura was independent.
Yep.
So you need the Democrat to like hit that like just that perfect symmetry.
Should have been Carl Weathers.
That's what I was going to say. I was literally about to say that. Carl Weathers needs to run for governor. That's like the next like that's his final Pokemon is Governor Weathers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Question for you about all of what we're saying is this movie's great. Nicole pointed this out to me when we were watching this, and I went online and there were some whisperings of it in like I think some Reddit threads and some other like forums. But did you get the vibe that Jesse's character and Bill Duke's character might have been like in a relationship?
Interesting.
Yeah, because so for one thing, Jesse has a homophobic slur in the beginning, right? Remember that?
Kind of. Oh yeah. Jesse Ventura. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, and right before he says the iconic sexual Tyrannosaurus line.
Sure, very iconic. Is this on the plane or the helicopter? Is that where he does it? Yeah.
But then like there is a moment like after Jesse's killed where Bill Duke is like, he was my, and he pauses, friend, and then there's like some awkwardness, and he like sits by his like body for a while, and he like there's extended shots of like him actually mourning Jesse's character. Like granted they could be just really good friends, but like I don't know, there was some like to me there's just elements that point to that being a possibility.
I'll say that I like that theory just because I don't necessarily know that the movie supports it, but it also doesn't do anything to detract from it,
Right.
Yeah. And honestly, like depending on who you are, like that's gonna make the movie even better for you. And
yeah,
I would count myself in that group. Like I like that. That's sweet because it does seem like other than them, the closest thing to a good relationship we have in this movie is Dutch and Dylan, Schwarzenegger and Weathers, and that falls apart almost immediately when he realizes that Weathers is lying to him and like treats him like a pawn. Mm-hmm. So I do like that there's like a healthy and quite possibly romantic relationship in all of this because everybody else is like at best like just like watch my back and I'll watch yours. Mm-hmm. And then at worst is like the very problematic Spanish speaking damsel in distress that's just like has her hands bound for the whole time, for the whole runtime, basically.
Yeah. What'd you think of her character?
I feel like it was a studio note to have a girl in this, and some guy who had to write this was like very grumpy about that and was like, well, she's gonna not be able to speak English and have her hands tied.
Well, she did speak English eventually. Like she got, I mean, it seems like later in the film she got more to do. What her name is, character is Anna, played by Elpidia Carrillo. I thought she did well with what she had, though.
I'm glad they never at any point like tried to make like sexualize her or like make it
Yeah,
that
yeah,
any of the
exactly.
characters would sexualize her or be like in any way like romantically involved with her. I'm glad they sidestepped that. And yeah, she didn't hurt the movie by any means. It really felt like a lot of the time she was tacked on.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do enough for me to like invest in her as a character.
She had a bit of an exposition about like the predator hunting villages and stuff. So she had a little bit there, like, which kind of almost verged into almost like mystical, almost like, native in a sense, mystical native to like that area. But like, oh, this legend of my village kind of attitude. Didn't love that necessarily, but I think she did well with the monologue that she had. And I like that she was the only other survivor too.
Yeah, no, it was cool that she ended up being the only other survivor, but I mean, it also just goes to the fact that like I kind of wish she had more to do, even if it was just like closer to the beginning of like giving like Shane Black's character, which shout out Shane Black, that dude was hilarious in this, talking about his wife's cavernous vagina. That's what I mean though. Like even that, like he sticks out so prominently in my head, even though he's the first person to die and doesn't have much to do before that. They were able to like hit him with just enough character beats and notes that like I was invested in him, and I don't know that they did that for her.
Yeah, she was underserved. That's absolutely true. Like, especially given that she's the only other survivor, it's a little disappointing that she just disappears for that last act and it kind of just comes back with the helicopter. Like, it'd been kind of cool if she was more involved in that finale.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like she could have very easily been involved in the finale, and it would have been just as compelling. I think obviously there was something super cool about watching like ripped Schwarzenegger just like bending trees with his bare hands. That was cool to see, and like watching mano a mano this monster. But yeah, if you've got her and you're gonna say she survived to the end, it goes a long way to kind of show that like we as humans can put our differences aside if an alien is hunting us. If
I know, I kind of feel like
else.
I feel like that was sort of the point of her character to begin with, like that moment when Arnold cuts her hand ties or whatever, being like, whatever conflict we had doesn't matter anymore. Like this is again, like all of us are in this together kind of attitude. Like that was a good moment, but I think they could have done more to illustrate that. Yeah.
Well, we got the movie we got, and I stand by it being awesome. Like even this gripe is minor. I feel like we're talking
super minor. Yeah, super minor.
Yeah, we're talking about it disproportionate to how much it bothered us.
Yeah. No. Do you want to know some interesting fun facts about the movie?
Oh God, lay it on me, man. That's all I've been waiting for.
You may have seen this, but the original actor who was cast to play the Predator, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
What?
Yeah.
Like under prosthetics?
Yep. He was in a costume. And this is actually prior to the costume or the outfit and monster design that we now know and love. There was an older version before they brought Stan Winston on. And it looked weird. I think, I want to say they said it looked something like a lizard suit with the head of a duck is what Arnold described the original one as, I think.
The head of a duck?
Yeah, he said it was weird. And Van Damme reportedly was not a fan of wearing it. He wanted to be able to move more freely and he wanted to do more like action scenes, but it was so cumbersome he couldn't do anything. And apparently he just complained the whole time and was officially removed from the film, but they couldn't I don't think they could fire him for complaining. So the reason is given that he was too short to play the role.
He is pretty short.
Yeah.
So I can buy that, especially if you're talking about him going up against all these like ripped dudes. Like, I mean, if you've seen Peacemaker, then like that's very possible and can still look cool. But
for sure,
I can see how at the time they were very that would be a passable excuse.
Yeah, but that would have been interesting. But I kind of like who we end up getting was Kevin Peter Hall, who played the Predator, who we actually see out of costume for a brief second in the helicopter at the very end. He's one of the helicopter pilots.
Oh, cool. I always like when they do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little love to the guy under the mask, because
Yeah, I like it. You see images of him?
like Google him.
Yeah, like in the Predator. He's so tall. He's like 7 something.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's huge. I don't know if I don't. Sadly, I don't think he's around anymore. But yeah, he
R.I.P.
was huge. Yeah,
Man, no, he helped craft a legendary creature. That thing is gonna be talked about for like years.
yeah, and a black guy too.
Oh, he's black? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes me happy.
Yeah,
Just in the sense of like, I don't know how much of like what we've talked about in terms of like creature feature history has like been like with black people, you know?
Yeah, interestingly, in some sense, more than we think. Like Audrey 2 was voiced by a black guy too. Like some of the other monsters, like it's like behind the scenes in terms of the monster.
Yeah,
but not entirely. But I like that, and I like that this also wasn't an all white cast in general. Like in front, like the ones we see their faces of too.
yeah, no, definitely. What's his name? Mac.
Yeah,
Mac was such a fascinating character. I know we're gonna get into the creature feature stuff soon, but
yeah,
I just want to give props to him too. Outside of Dutch, easily my favorite. I'm a little disappointed in Dylan. He ended up like not really like wowing me as much as like Carl Weathers' roles typically wow me. Which, if anything, that just speaks to like how many top tier Carl Weathers roles there are. It's not really a knock against this one. But but Mac, man, that dude like went full Ahab. I mean, when they're just like unloading like round after round into the woods, when Ventura's character is dead, you know, that like, and he's still holding on to the trigger as like the gun just like rattles even though it's empty. That was so powerful, and like everything he did was just like so palpable. You were just like, I'm not even the one that did it, and I'm more like nervous. This guy is coming after you, and it's gonna, and if he gets his hands on you, you know, like it was. I mean, obviously he didn't really get like an epic showdown or whatever, but I think that was even more powerful. You know, it's like this was just like a really pissed dude, and he knew he couldn't do anything about it, but he was gonna try his damnedest.
He had to try.
Yeah, that was shout out to that actor. I can't remember his name off.
Bill Duke.
That's it. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. I'm sure he's a reliable character actor. He's so great.
He was also in Commando with Schwarzenegger too.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he's definitely a that guy actor. You recognize his face.
Yeah, he's up there with like Stephen Root, and that like I'm always happy when I see him.
I read somewhere too that there was like Bill Duke and Jesse were kind of like hostile towards Carl Weathers' character Dylan. Remember that, like in the beginning,
right? Yeah, they didn't trust him.
There was actually apparently in the original script, like Mac was gonna be a white guy, and there were Mac and Jesse's character were supposed to be like white supremacists, and they didn't like him for racial reasons.
Oh,
but they when I guess Bill Duke could audition, they're like, no, you're good for this, and we're going to write out the white supremacist elements.
They should really thank Bill Duke for doing that then, because that would have been, I'm sorry, but that would have sucked. Like,
would not have been fun.
They're a very big part of like the emotional anchor of the movie, and I just would not have given a shit if it was like a racist dude that was sad his racist friend died.
Agreed.
Yeah, no. Also, I mean, it's not entirely out of the it's not entirely impossible for Jesse Ventura to still be racist. You know what I mean?
Very possible,
racists can still have like the one black friend and just like somehow rationalize it in their own mind. So like, I'm not saying he couldn't be racist, but I'm glad that like at least it wasn't too racist.
Yeah, it wasn't the point of the character.
Right. Yeah.
Also, Kevin Peter Hall, the Predator actor, has said that he describes the filming of the movie being more of a survival story for the actors than actually making a movie, because like a lot of the stuff we see, like the snakes and like the scorpions, were like a lot of them are real, like they were like acting alongside real venomous snakes and scorpions, and in the water that they were in, there was like leeches in there, so there was like, it was like legit in the elements.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, those jungle shoots, I've always heard like just like nightmarish things about it, so I don't doubt it. Also a big reason why I'm thankful I've never been on one of them, It just sounds.
Just you wait, Khalid. Just you wait.
I mean, knock on wood. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know, but it's hot. It's everything's pointy. The animals, the trees, like it's all just like stabbing you. It's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I suppose we should pivot to Monster, right?
Pivot.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, Khalid, but the predator monster actually has an official species name.
Oh.
It's called the Yautja.
Yautja?
Yeah, it's Yautja.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that like? Is that like Navajo or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't know.
Where did you get that from?
Like the Predator wiki.
Ah. Okay. Well, they don't say that once in this movie, so
No, I don't think it's in any of the movies. It could be in some of the later ones. On that note, how aware of you are you of the sequels?
I'm pretty sure I saw Alien versus Predator, but I could just be mixing that up with Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, the Versus era.
Yeah, the Versus movies, they really just kind of clumped up in my head to the point where I can't even be sure what, if any, I've seen.
Right.
But I did see Predators, I think is what it's called, with the kid from Room, Jacob Tremblay.
Is that the new one? The newest one?
Yeah, the newest one. It's got Thomas Jane in it, playing.
Directed by Shane Black, right?
Oh crap! Yeah, that was the big deal about it. Was that like Shane Black is back and he's directing this one? It was not great. A lot of. I mean, I'll let listeners watch it for themselves if they haven't yet. But like, very questionable choices in regards to representation in general.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah. I don't know that you need to be honest. It definitely isn't like a spiritual successor of this movie in a way that does justice.
So honestly, if you're interested in diving deep into Predator lore, there's a whole extended universe mythology in books and comics. I had read one of the books when I was in 6th grade, I remember, because I brought it to my 6th grade homeroom class. It was called Predator Concrete Jungle. I don't remember much about it, but I remember reading it when I was little. But that aside, in films, there was Predator. There's Predator 2, which I believe came out in 1991, which I like for the most part. It's got Danny Glover as like a LAPD detective fighting the, I don't know, gang wars, but then the Predator gets in the mix. Bill Paxton's in it, and a couple other like kind of genre staples. It's a more like cheesy fun movie. It's less like
Predator in the Hood.
Yeah, it's kind of Predator in the Hood. I will say it's a little bit, but it's weird. It's made in 91, but it's based in like 97, so it's supposed to be like, oh, the future when the gangs are worse, you know?
Oh, so it's Predator versus Super Predators. Yeah,
kind of like
the Hillary Clinton thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Politics.
Yeah, we're not a political podcast, Khalid.
Sorry about that. I just had to go for the pun, the wordplay.
Just kidding. I think every podcast is a political podcast in some sense, right?
Yeah, I guess so. In a way, I just in that like people are inherently political.
Right. Anyway, that being said, Predator 2 is solid. I think it's fun. Predator. Then there was I forget what the third one's called. The Predator or something. The one with Adrian Brody and Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh crap! I think I saw that one too.
I saw that one a long time ago. I don't remember much about it. It was where they were taken. It's like a bunch of people who were supposed to be like, you know, the badasses were taken to a predator planet, and like it was like a game preserve basically where they'd be hunted there.
Yeah,
that one's kind of a cool idea. I never saw the new Shane Black one. There's also 2 Alien versus Predator films. There's first
2.
There's 2. The first one was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, and that was the one with the pyramid in Antarctica. Is that the one you saw?
I don't know, man. Again, like I try to think of it, and then all of a sudden I like think of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, you probably didn't see it then.
Okay.
It's honestly like it's got bad reviews, but I don't hate it. The worst thing for me about it is that it's a PG-13.
Ooh, how do you make a Predator and Alien mashup and make it PG-13?
That's the worst part of it. I mean, there's like cool elements to it. I don't know. It's
What kind of math is that? Two R-rated
people might be mad at me,
movies
but I
making-
would say it's. I don't know, Khalid. I would say people might be mad at me, but like it's. I think it's worth a watch. But I think the second AVP movie is complete hot garbage and should be avoided at all costs.
Wow, I thought we weren't going to get political.
I guess we did.
No,
Yeah.
that's very fair, and I might have just like wiped my own memory of it because it was that
Yeah.
bad.
No, the first one's. I think it's fine. I'd be down to rewatch it someday.
Have you heard
But,
about
anyway.
have you heard about the newest one that's coming out?
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that too. Yeah, the new one is supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
Called Prey, right?
Is that what it's called? That's a cool name for it.
Yeah, it's Prey. Yeah, that sounds cool.
That one, yeah.
Do you know the?
Isn't it like basically supposed to be like way back in like human history, and it's just like this indigenous, presumably Native American, but it could just be an indigenous person on any continent, really.
It's an indigenous person. Yeah, I think it's Native American, like skilled warrior, protecting her tribe from a newly evolved predator.
Oh, it's a female warrior.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I didn't even know that part.
Yeah, that looks so cool.
And it's like presumably the first predator coming to our planet. That's a cool concept that have no doubt they'll find a way to mess up. But like I'm still excited for it.
I will say this is the first predator for a while I've been excited for.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's a very promising idea.
Yeah, agreed. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, monster, right?
Roar.
So here's what I got about the predator, or the Yautja.
Yautja. I just want to say auga every time you say it.
So as we know, they're an extraterrestrial species characterized by their hunting of other dangerous species for sport and honor, including humans, as we see. They kind of stalk and kill their prey using like kind of basic tech, but also like highly advanced tech at the same time. So like active camouflage, energy weapons, but then they have some like more traditional weapons like blades and spears and nets. I think we see more nets in the sequels, but then they kind of.
I was like, yeah, the net count is lower than desired.
Yeah, there's more nets, but they also kind of like ritualistically mutilate them. Like we see the predator kind of like pulling out the skull and spinal column.
Yeah,
most of the bodies. Yeah, that was gnarly. But they do that. So we see them mostly going against humans, but if you want to count the Alien versus Predator movies as canon, they imply that they kind of ritualistically breed xenomorph or alien queens to hunt the creatures as well for like sport, or like it's kind of like a rite of passage in that movie too.
Oh, is that what they intentionally like farm and breed aliens to hunt?
Yeah.
Weird. But
yeah, it's an interesting idea.
It is interesting, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. So in terms of like the actual practical element of the monster, like the behind the scenes fact, it was a suit that Kevin Peter Hall wore, a pretty big one. As I mentioned before, the original design was bad and weird. But then they brought on Stan Winston and his team and they put this together. And Stan Winston actually, interestingly, this may be, I don't know if this is problematic, might be a little bit. It was inspired by a painting of a Rastafarian warrior in the producer's office.
Thank God. I was wondering where the dreadlocks came from.
Yeah. So he said, so here's a quote from Stan. He says, "I saw that and I thought it was a great starting concept for the Predator. I started drawing and redesigning this alien character with quills that in silhouette would look like dreadlocks. During the same period of time, aliens had come out and Jim Cameron and I were flying to Japan to participate in a symposium about the movie. We were sitting next to each other on the plane and I was sketching the drawing of the Predator." So interesting fun fact.
Wow.
I was working on aliens and designed the Predator at the same time.
I like that at the very least, you know, just the idea of like, yeah, why can't aliens have dreadlocks?
Right. Yeah. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's a cool, I mean, it's a really cool design, and we don't really see the face for a while too. Like I like the mouth that kind of opens with those like mandible claw things.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just remembering that the last act of the Predator in the movie is to like mock Schwarzenegger. I can't. Yeah. He's like, what are you? That's what he says, right? So like
Yeah.
I know he like kind of like shouts it in like a dying gargle way. He's like, "What are you?" But I like to think that like in the aliens vernacular, that's basically "What are you?" That's what you sound like, you know?
Well, that's what he was doing, right? Like we see him earlier in the movie, like he records the things people say and like plays it back again. Remember, like Billy's laugh, like the laugh was Billy's laugh, right?
Yeah. So I mean,
And
at least I don't know if that's canonical or not, but in my mind, he's mocking him and
he's totally mocking
in his dying breath, and that's so funny and petty in like this like weird way that this like elite like killing machine is just like resorting to it is so funny to me.
Agreed. Yeah,
he's just you. God, grow up.
He's just a bully.
Like Schwarzenegger or Dutch just has to spend the rest of his life like, God, it really got me there at the end.
This really hurt my feelings.
Yeah, really zinged me. Oh man.
Another cool part, the predator blood.
Oh yeah, it's like it looks like the nuclear waste in like a Simpsons episode.
Yeah, it was made on set using a mixture of the liquid from inside of glow sticks and KY jelly.
Wow. Yeah, that tracks. I mean, I guess I like it. What else would it be?
Resourceful.
Or it feels like a precursor of the 90s like ooze obsessed like radioactive like glowy material thing that we would all come to know as kids.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking like your TMNTs, your Power Rangers, you know.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I do have a little bit about the suit itself. It sounds like the head was built as a separate piece so that he would put on, like the actor would put on the head on the suit, of course. But there was actually 3 heads that were created for the film. One that was capable of the facial articulation that we see at the end. There's a static hunt head, and then a head that was completely open at the front for scenes where the predator is wearing its mask. So the one where it actually moved is actually an animatronic that was controlled on set by 9 little motors inside that were able to make the mandibles move. So it's kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I gotta watch like one of these like YouTube videos on like how they build these things because I just can't wrap my head around it. Like just from like conceptualizing it to just making it look like what we ended up seeing because that thing looked gross and creepy.
Super real too. Yeah, like it sounds like Kevin Peter Hall was able to like kind of puppeteer the mouth with his own jaw while he was wearing it too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
So special shout outs to the monster effects, but also just the pyrotechnics in this movie were
absolutely
top notch. Like all across the board. I just was always impressed with like the explosions and like worried for the actors, just the proximity, it seems like a lot of the times. But yeah, man, it was really just eye candy.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It's super well done. It's cool to see all that, all the effort that went into and like just ingenuity in creating what we got to see.
Yeah. Did you find anything on like how they achieved the invisibility or camouflage?
I saw a few things. I think that when they were actually doing that part, he had to wear not the Predator outfit, but like it was like a red suit from what I heard. I saw a couple mixed different kinds of articles about it, but like the red suit was definitely what, if you want to look at images of what Jean-Claude Van Damme was wearing, like he's wearing a red suit entirely. And I think it's because they're trying to do the invisibility effect with it, but it looks super weird. But I think that in this case, they used like this red suit to kind of like digitally enhance it in some capacity.
Interesting.
I don't know the details though. Yeah, it's something to look more into. I might do a little more digging then. If I see it, I'll put it on our socials.
Please do.
Speaking of social, Khalid.
Wow, haven't skipped a beat all these months.
If you were to get a group of bears together, that maybe in terms of a group, maybe 4 of them, and they would maybe perhaps be social with each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, 4 bears test.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a great segue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for new listeners, that is about on par for Joe when it comes to segues. This isn't like
Never miss a beat.
He's not dusting off cobwebs or anything. That's literally just as good as he is at segues.
Thank you, Khalid.
Yeah, of course, buddy. Yeah, Forebear's test is basically kind of what it sounds like, or maybe it's not what it sounds like. I don't know what you think of when I say
We've had some debates on it in the past.
Yeah, basically, it's ostensibly about replacing the monster that we're talking about with forebears to see if the narrative stays the same or if it changes. Just a fun little thought experiment that pisses off our friend Jim. Yeah, so basically, for this one, I mean, off top, like off rip, no, like a bear doesn't have alien technology, which is a big part of why the predator can do what it does against these guys. So like it fails on just like a standard like 1-to-1 ratio of like 4 bears to 1 predator. It doesn't work. But if you want to get a little more like fun with it and like hypothesize, it still doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like they're all armed to the teeth. Like in the same way that I mentioned the thing earlier, in the same way as that one, these guys are too equipped for like natural earthbound threats for like even 4 bears to like terrify them. Friggin' Bill Duke like took out like a huge, like what was it, like a warthog or like a boar or something that was like hurled at him. That thing had to have been like 200-300 pounds and like strong, and he just mangled it with nothing but a knife, not even a gun. You know what I mean? So like, do I think 4 bears, even with predator technology, would prove to be a problem for these guys? Sure. I don't think that they have like it would be a problem for very long. It might kill like Shane Black and that other guy, but the muscle bound dudes, Bill Duke, like they've got it covered. They're just going to let like hell rain down on these bears. So I have to say it's a fail. Joe, am I missing something here? Is there a way that they pass?
No, I don't think so. Like, I think that if you were to take just like the sheer amount of destruction that the predator was, predator is stealthy for one thing. 4 bears not necessarily stealthy, but I think that if you just 1-to-1 like the destruction that they're able to do and the like the death, I don't think the 4 bears will be able to like systematically take out that team. You know, I think they'd be able to better avoid them.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I do wonder, what do you think about, okay, so 1v1, like Arnold doing his whole jungle Home Alone shtick against 4 bears. Do you think he would succeed?
Ooh, that's a good question. Do the bears have the same handicap where like if he just cakes himself in mud, they just all of a sudden all their senses are useless?
No, I think we got to go full on what 4 bears are. Like they don't have that.
There's no limitation, yeah. Right? Then no, because bears are also faster than humans and predators, presumably. I don't think the predator at any point seemed that fast, at least like when it was on the ground. Maybe it was leaping from trees fast and I just missed it.
I think it was leaping, but I don't know.
He's screwed because the bears will outrun him wherever he goes. I mean, he might get lucky and like do the waterfall thing and like that'll buy him some time, but if they're intent on getting him and he's 10 miles away from the chopper, he's screwed. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, he's a dead man.
Oh yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
I did hear. The mud scene was cool. The mud thing was cool, where he realized that you can't see me because of like his heat vision or whatever. I think I heard that they did Mythbusters about that, and that it does lower your body temperature to some extent, but I don't think it would like render him completely invisible.
Also, it's shown that the creature can hear.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. It should hear his heartbeat even if it has all that tech, right?
Close, like his breath, his heartbeat. Like you should hear his eyelashes. Like that's too close to like only be relying on sight if you're supposed to be a master hunter. But also, like you need to do something to level the odds here because they're grossly outmatched. I don't even know why they call it like the predator isn't like even hunting for sport. It's like fish in a barrel for him for the most part. Like he has to be like pretty bad at his job after a certain point to be beaten by the humans, it feels like.
I bet part of the appeal of his job too is to like not be caught by like governments though, or not be on the radar of governments.
I don't know. If I was a predator, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Like
Probably. I think later movies show they don't care, but
yeah, cool. You caught one of us. Like that's the name of the game, baby. Like study us all you want. We're coming for you.
Yeah. But anyway, I could forgive the mud thing. It's cool. It's still really cool.
No, the mud thing is great. And narratively, like it's such a cool, like all hope is lost table turning moment that just like really gets you just you're just glued to the screen for that final act. So I'm all for it, even if it is kind of narratively shaky.
Yeah. And I heard I think Arnold gave an interview that the whole sequence was just miserable to film because he was actually really cold in that mud.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds terrible. Like a bunch of night shoots too. Like he just has to like exhausted as all hell, like run around and he's probably still like working out like crazy during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I'm not gonna boo-hoo for multimillionaire actors, but that is a gauntlet.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason they're, I guess, that buff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Khalid, speaking of running around in the daytime.
Yeah.
Would you fight or would you flirt with the predator?
I know you kind of just gave up on the segue on that one, but it still works somehow.
I did. I kind of forgot what I was trying to go for there, but it works.
It does work. It does work. Okay, so fight or flirt. This one does sound. This one is what it kind of sounds like. For this monster, oh man, it's kind of tough because. Okay, well, it's not even tough. Let's be honest. Like, I'm not fighting that thing. That's just off the table. Just like I don't know if we watched the same movie or not, but there's nothing that I bring to the table that those men did. Like I'm screwed. In 9,999,000 scenarios out of 1,000,000, I'm screwed. There's like that one like Avengers Endgame style, like there's like one like next to impossible scenario where maybe I get out of it with like just most of my limbs gone, you know? So yeah, I can't even pretend to try and fight this thing that's like, because I think maybe in the first time of our podcast, like when doing this segment, this is the first monster that's like actively looking for a fight. Like that's very intimidating. But more to the point, I would flirt with the monster, not just out of self-preservation, which is, it always comes along with the territory of this. Also because I see an athlete in the predator. You know what I mean? It's a top tier, like high performing creature. I'm sure on its planet there are like podcast equivalents, or podcaster equivalents, like guys that have no business going off world to hunt like muscle bound men. And then you've got the predators that we see that are probably like the Michael Jordans of their planet, and that's what we're seeing here. So like in that way, I could be a basketball wife, is what I'm saying. Like I could be the one that's like keeping its head in the game, making sure that like it's running its drills and just all around like keeping the high performing quality that makes him worthy of hunting off world. I could be that for the monster, and like that's a symbiotic relationship. Like I'm the Aisha Curry to the predator Steph, and that to me feels like a very fulfilling dynamic that like definitely beats trying to fight and inevitably getting horribly slaughtered by him. So for that reason, I flirt.
Huh.
Well, what say you?
Yeah. No, I want to see one of the podcasting predators. Let's see what they look like.
Right now they're talking about like a super spooky movie where like a human just like crab walks around their jungles, like just like stabbing people.
A human fights back.
not even a human. It's actually 4 bears somehow made it to their planet.
Yes.
just raising hell.
In some of the Predator sequels, they had like they kind of so this Predator like gave no shits about Arnold, whether even if Arnold beat him. Like in some of the sequels, they imply that some of those Predators like form respect for the humans and like stop trying to kill them. They're like, oh no, you're a good hunter too, so I'm gonna leave you alone, kind of thing.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, some of the sequels do that, so it's okay. But I like this one. That's just like this one's just a bully, like I said earlier.
He's an asshole the whole time, and then he turns
he's a
into
complete asshole.
And then he does the what are you? Like that's a good villain. Like through and through. I don't need some stupid like, oh, I may have been trying to like rip your spine out your back, but you've turned it around. Like I don't need that. No one needs that. Like that's not
like honor culture or something. Yeah,
that's not a journey.
Like I don't need them to have like an honor thing. Like they're just jerks.
Yeah, exactly. Keep them jerks. Make it way more gratifying when the hero beats them.
Agreed. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a good answer, Clede. Good, way to come back strong.
Yeah, no, I feel good for my first flirt back. I feel good about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that kind of brings us to our closing and our final segment of the podcast. We always tend to end a little bit with a segment that we call What the Fandom?
You really wound up for that one.
Yeah, got to come back strong. I had that to contend with.
Yeah, I respect it. I love it. No notes, just like this movie.
Thanks. Anyway, our What the Fandom segment is a segment in which we just share something that we've been into, watching, reading, playing, listening to, something like that it's been in our lives right now, may or may not have anything to do with monsters or the movie in question, but just something that we think you listeners might enjoy or dig. Anyway, Khalid, you got something for What the Fandom this week?
Yeah, I've got a couple things, if that's all right. Just because we've got a few months here worth of like consuming, and a few things I want to endorse that'll probably not make it to the next episode.
All right.
The first thing is going to be a documentary that doesn't really need my endorsement, because I'm sure everybody on Twitter is already talking about it. But if you haven't seen it yet, I'm talking about the docuseries on Netflix. It's a 3-parter. Part 3 comes out tomorrow from when we're recording this. It's called Genius. It's the Kanye West documentary. It's really cool. It's basically Kanye West before he got big, like when he was still just a producer for Jay-Z and a bunch of other rappers, and he was still trying to make a name for himself. He had this friend of his named Cootie, who on a whim, seemingly, just was like, you know what, I'm going to make a documentary about you and let's see where this thing goes. And he got the holy grail of subjects in that, like, he got to watch the, like, meteoric rise of one of music's like most influential figures. Love him or hate him, that is just an objective fact. The musical landscape doesn't look anything like it does if Kanye West isn't around. So I would say, especially if you're the kind of person like me who had like so much admiration for this person and like he shaped your life at a critical point, and then became what he has become in the public eye, which is, it's at the very least not savory. Like he's definitely fallen from grace in a lot of ways. This is a very interesting look back at like those critical few years of his life where like he had to try so hard to convince anybody that he was talented enough to bet on, which is in retrospect so wild. Like he feels like such a sure thing, such a safe bet, and then you watch the documentary, at least part 1 and 2, and you see like that was absolutely not the case. He had to hustle, even like with labels that he was signed to, he had to like hustle and maneuver around them to get the recognition that he thought he deserved and rightfully did. So yeah, Genius. It's on Netflix. Part 3 is coming out by the time you listen to this episode. So I really recommend that. Fantastic.
Damn, sounds interesting.
Yeah, I really recommend it. Even if you're not the biggest Kanye fan ever in your life and don't know much about him, it's a very inspiring story outside of that, especially the part where the relationship with his mother.
I'm into it.
Yeah. And my second recommendation is a two-parter. Basically, it's just two albums that I've been playing back and forth. One of them is called Few Good Things by Saba, a Chicago rapper. It came out, I think, last month, like very recently, and it is awesome. If you're a hip hop fan, if you, especially Midwest hip hop like I am, it's crazy because we're talking about Kanye just a second ago, the one arguably the king of the Midwest rappers, but definitely Saba is the kind of person that like in the wake of Kanye West like was able to like forge his own path, and he does a really great job with this album. I really like the song One Way. There's something just like really groovy about the beat and the way that he just like rides it. He has been one of those like just reliable rappers over the years that just like constantly puts out something that is worth listening to and will stick with you. So A Few Good Things by Saba, and then part 2 is the other album that I'm recommending that I've been listening to, Cowboy Tears by Oliver Tree. He is a California-based singer, and I don't know how else to put it. Like he has like this kind of voice that feels like very in line with like Blink 182 and like those like older school bands that like just like it really hits like a nostalgia button with like the way that like his cadence, especially his cadence when he sings. And outside of that, he's just a very talented songwriter and singer. He's got a couple of music videos out already for this album, and they are great. And yeah, conceptually, he seems like the kind of person that's very much carving a very specific niche, which is always fun to see. So yeah, Cowboy Tears by Oliver Tree, Few Good Things by Saba. Those are my two album recommendations. Joe, what the fandom with you?
Cool. You're very music centered this time.
I it's been a couple months, man. I got it all building up.
Awesome. Well, my what the fandom recommendation. I'll go with two things as well. Maybe two, kind of secretly three like you did.
Yeah.
But the first one I wanted to shout out is a book that I read recently called The Watchers by A.M. Shine, and I kind of found this like in a discount, like as an ebook, and I didn't know much what to expect going into it, but I really liked it. It's a debut horror novel, so it's A.M. Shine's first horror. He's done like short stories, but it's his first like novel, and it's very cool how it kind of incorporates like Irish folklore and mythology into like a contemporary horror story, and does so in a really unique and very frankly creepy way. It's, if you're a monster fan, you will like it. You will love it. I don't want to spoil too much about what the creatures are, but you do know right away there are creatures and monsters in the woods where our protagonist is stuck, and it's intense. It's definitely intense and very unique. A very unique story. I would say that one of my things that I felt I didn't love about it was the prose is really descriptive and really flowery, which is fine in and of itself. But I felt like I was so into the story itself. Sometimes I found myself like really skipping through some of the descriptions. So like, I want to know what's going to happen, you know?
I've been there before. Yeah. It's
yeah.
like, all right, we get it. You got
yeah.
a thesaurus nearby.
Yeah. But it was really good. So I'd recommend The Watchers by A.M. Shine. That's a book. Ebooks, I think, are relatively inexpensive, but I think he's got another book coming out soon. So definitely check out this one. The other thing I wanted to shout out are a pair of TV shows. And the first one is I wanted to just give a shout out to the new Wheel of Time show. I have been a reader of the books for a while now. I'm on I think I have 2 more books left to finish up the whole series. I've been reading it for like years now, just like not straight through, but I'll like intersperse other books with it. But I've been really anticipating the series and what they were going to do with it. It's on Amazon Prime, and the first season wrapped up several weeks ago. But it's sort of I don't want to say it's great, but I really liked it. I liked a lot of what they're trying to do with the books and trying to like change it and update certain elements of it, whilst trying to stay true to the story that Robert Jordan created. But there are definitely lots of flaws with it. It's got some growing pains, and but ultimately I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with the show. So it's on Amazon Prime. It's a great fantasy show. I know people always like, oh, the next Game of Thrones. It's nothing like Game of Thrones. I don't think at all. You watched it, Khalid. Would you say so?
Yeah, definitely not Game of Thrones. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as you, but it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you've read the books. And I will say that it ended the season in a place where I personally am going to come back and see what they do with it. So yeah, check it out. It's doing its own thing. Don't let the knockoff Game of Thrones like reputation dissuade you. It's its own thing.
Agreed. Yeah, and that's coming from a non-book reader, Khalid, and then a book reader myself. I think
What's a
that a lot of
book?
book readers.
What even is a
Right.
book?
What's a book? I think that a lot of the book fans were not super happy with the show, but I found like, I don't know, I feel like if you're able to separate those things, I think there's a lot to love about it. My last thing I wanted to say in terms of a TV show, which I didn't actually have pulled up because I thought you were going to say this, is I wanted to shout out Servant on Apple TV.
Oh my god, I
Apple Plus.
completely forgot about Servant.
Yeah, it's an absolutely bonkers show. It's on Apple Plus. It's a series by, I think the creator what's his name, Tony Bascallop. I don't know how to say that, but it's the M. Night Shyamalan is the EP of it. So he's kind of producing and directs some of the episodes and has some really interesting like kind of trademark shots in there. But it's nuts. Like it's a couple who lost their young infant child, replaced it with this kind of therapy doll that was super realistic. But then like a witch comes into the play and shenanigans ensue.
Definitely a witch. I don't care what the show says, that girl's a witch.
She's got to be like, I'm to be fair, I'm not done with the show. It's like season 3's just premiered recently, but I'm in season 2 right now. It is absolutely wild, just nuts. It's intense, but also you just want to say what the fuck half the time. It's weird. Probably the most recognizable face is Rupert Grint, who is Ron in the Harry Potter movies. But so he's a fun presence there too.
He is doing phenomenal, bewildering work is the only way I can put it.
It's great.
Yeah, this like. You will not regret watching this thing. If episode 1 doesn't hook you, like, I don't know what to tell you. You just don't like fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely check out Servant. It's solid. Yeah. Anyway, Khalid, that's all I got for you.
Awesome. Well, Joe, I gotta say, this is such a pleasure. I'm glad that we're back at it. Thank you guys.
Me too.
Thank you guys for continuing to listen to. This is so fun for us, and I hope it's as fun for you guys to listen to.
Can I say, Khalid? I think while we're off, one of the things I did a lot more podcast listening than actually podcasting.
Sure.
And I listened to how often other podcasters will say, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. And I know we say that a lot, but I actually went through and rated and reviewed a lot of the podcasts I like, because I'm realizing as a podcaster how nice it is and how helpful it is to actually have those reviews on your thing. To like, it actually really does draw people to your show. So I will say, I'll put an extra plug in for a review if you like this show.
Algorithm be damned. Just rate us and review us to say something nice, because I will tell you that Joe and I will just genuinely appreciate it. Outside of any kind of like deigning for more listeners or like whatever kind of like ladder climbing motivation typically goes into that. Me and Joe, we do this for fun, for the love of it, and we would just love to hear if you appreciate it. So if you do, give us the stars, give us the review.
We have no fancy editors, so yeah, we do it for fun.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught that, but this is not a fancily edited show. So
no.
Eagle-eared listeners will remember that I was using the wrong side of the microphone for the first 6 months, just to show you how not fancy we are.
Yeah. I'm also interested to hear, we're excited to cover all sorts of kind of monsters on the show, but if you happen to be a monster lover who likes this show, if you leave a review, tell us your favorite monsters. We'd love to cover different ones, maybe ones that we haven't thought of covering. let us know what you'd like to hear.
Please, you monster lovers, just do us this one favor.
Yes.
Okay, Joe, do we have anything queued up? Do we know what we're doing next?
Nope.
All right. Well, it's a mystery for us just as much as it is for you, but be certain of the fact that we will be back on your airwaves, in your ears, within 2 weeks of listening to this one. So until then, Frankensteins, creep it easy.